Today I'm going to be reviewing the best express engine from the lineup, Gordon. Gordon is the number 4 blue engine in Sir Topham Hatt's Railway, and it's actually the first express engine on Sir Topham Hatt's Railway. I have 7 of them in my collection, and I will be getting more soon, like the Tomy Gordon, the Dignity Gordon, Elephant Gordon, Shooting Star Gordon, specifically the Plarail one, and possibly Powerful Gordon. Without further ado, let's go ahead and go for the original Tomy Gordon. Now I'm going to use this Hit Toy Company one as the substitute because I don't have an official Tomy Gordon at the time. So let's go on to the timeline. So Tomy Gordon was first released in the mid-90s with a painted face and some sticker detailing. However, there is one thing that has a big problem when it comes to the older Tomy models of Gordon. If you leave these toys out in the sun for too long, your Tomy Gordon model would be easily as ruined like this one. But fortunately, I did manage to actually screw these on tightly so that it doesn't fall apart very easily. And I'm genuinely surprised ever since I actually fixed it, it has been the same like this. And later down the line, we actually did get ourselves a molded on face on it so that it doesn't have any paint scratches on it.
Unlike engines who still have painted faces, looking at you, Tomy Diesel.
Well, but overall, if you're actually born in the 90s and actually grew up with the Tomy Gordon from the 90s, this is actually a really good toy to pick up. And now let's go over the 2003 Gordon, which is the superior Gordon. Honestly, kind of love the fact how Plarail actually gave him a huge glow up, like they actually still kept the body design the same. But they actually put it on more details than this time around, and the tender itself is actually printed on and not just some cheap sticker. They actually did the same thing with the back as well. And overall, this is actually a really good Gordon model. I would give the Tomy Gordon an 8 out of 10, and this one a perfect 10 out of 10. Now, I already showed you this Gordon earlier to specificate how the Tomy Gordon was released, but we're going to use this one again since we're going into the Hit Toys era. So in 2007, Hit Toys bought the Tomy line in America, so yeah. All they actually did was actually use the light seen on the bottom for Hit Toys and not much else. That's pretty much it. It's still a really nice model, still the same from the Tomy model, outside of the light scheme being a bit different, so 8 out of 10. Then in 2009, Fisher-Price actually took over the line and actually did something different with the Gordon. They actually did a screw on his tender. Like, it's going to be a bother for some people who have to do this over and over again, but for me, it's not that big of a problem for me. But for some reason, in 2012, he actually never got the updated design like Henry, James, and Edward for some reason, and they actually skipped over Gordon for some weird reason. I mean, he did get an update unofficially, but we're just going to still talk about the 2009 Gordon. The one that actually sets the Plarail 2003 apart is that the fact that he actually has different eyebrows to accommodate the one from season 3 of Thomas and Friends. And although he didn't get the updates like Henry, James, and Edward, he still has that model series face from the early shows of Thomas and Friends. Also forgot to mention that he also has an updated 4th font. I'll give the 2009 Gordon a solid 8.5 out of 10. And this is the era where Mattel actually fucked up the line entirely. When I first saw the Gordon redesign, when I was little, I was excited. But looking back at it now, you can actually tell that there are a lot of things wrong with it. The first and obvious one has to be that the side rods don't actually work well with the model. And his body is way too squished. It's a real shame that engines that are really short end up getting over elongated, but engines that are meant to be long, in Trackmaster Revolution's case, end up getting squished. Now I'm going to use this metallic Gordon for the 2014 Gordon for the time being because, well, I don't have an actual 2014 Gordon, and I probably won't get one either considering the fact how bad the model is. One thing I do say that I like about the metallic Gordon variant is that the sparkly metallic color of it looks really nice. Only things I don't like about this model is the unpainted buffers, and the fact that the tender is actually a reused version of James because it doesn't have the oval buffers behind it. The 2014 Gordon gets a 2 out of 10, while this metallic Gordon gets a 5 out of 10. Not the worst model, but could have been better. And then when it comes to the redesign of most of these engines, most of them are things that are really going to blow up really badly and completely ruin the model. But to me, I think the 2015 Gordon is actually one of the better redesigns. He has a CGI face that is so accurate to the CGI series, and is not a demon, and they actually kept the design pretty much the same outside of being a redesign. Also kind of like the fact how they actually updated the 4 font on this Gordon. It's actually similar to the one that the 2009 Gordon actually had. And just because this model is a redesign doesn't mean that Plarail actually skipped on the painted details. I mean, look at the buffers, they actually did a really good job on this one. And those side rods that are so accurate to the CGI series are actually really good. But like with all other engines, not everything in this world is perfect, and I do have a few flaws with this Gordon. The first one being is that he is missing the sticker windows on this side of the cab. I mean, look, it's obviously not possible on this side because of the new motor design. But why did he miss out on actually putting a sticker right there on the 2015 Gordon? He already did one for the shitty Plarail Edward, so why did he miss out on this one? Another problem I have with this Gordon is cab windows not being printed. Come on, you actually did one for the 2018 Plarail Edward, yet you didn't do one for Gordon? But flaws aside, I do think this model is still a good alternative. If you really want a Plarail Gordon in your collection, but can't actually get the 2003 one because of how expensive it is, I suggest you can actually go for it because of how good the model is. I would give this one a 9 out of 10. And now we have the last official Gordon model of all, the 2025 redesign of Gordon. This model to me is a bit mixed. Honestly, kind of like the fact how these ones are cutted and not actually be in holes. I also do like this valve gear right here. It actually looks more accurate to the TV show. But there are a couple of flaws with this model. Let's get to the big obvious one. His boiler is way too fat. I mean, if you take a look at it, his boiler is way too fat. I mean, if you take a look at it, the body proportions on this one isn't as accurate as the 2015 Gordon. I only wish Mattel actually shrunk this model down for better proportions. Another problem I have with this model is the fact that his running board is way too short. I mean, come on Mattel, you actually almost got it. Gordon is the biggest engine of all, and all you got is this? Come on. And lastly, the final flaw I have with this model is that there are buffers in front of his tender. I mean, with all the other Gordon models, they don't have front buffers on the front tender. This is probably one of the lazy excuses for a 2025 redesign. But flaws aside, this is a okay model. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's okay. I would give it a 6 out of 10. And when it comes to actually having a Thomas collection, you can't have a popular Thomas collection without the big blue engine himself, Gordon.